your group talked about coming out of the break, setting the tone for the remainder of the 27 games you got to go. How did you feel your group did in that regard tonight?
I think they did a great job. I thought they came out ready to compete defensively early on, holding them 24 points in that first quarter. Again, they stayed together during Cleveland's runs, and I thought our bench unit was fantastic as well. Coming in and continuing to set that tone and playing the right way with one another.
Along those lines, Moe Wagner, with a great game tonight. Their bigs are really physical.
Mm-hmm.
How do you feel he helped match their physicality tonight?
I thought he was great. I thought he was not afraid of the moment. I thought he did a great job of getting to the basket. Our guys did an excellent job of finding him, and he wasn't afraid to attack the rim. And I really, that set the tone for us with his level of aggression, his energy, knowing the right play to make at the right time.
You talked about the bench unit a little bit. This game isn't an isolated incident. They've been great all season.
Mm-hmm.
What is it about that second unit that stands out to you? Why they're able to have games like this?
Well, I think there's a high level of trust amongst each other. They communicate very well. I think they believe in what each person can do within that group. You saw Cole got himself going, and those guys just kept feeding him, knowing what he was capable of doing. He had a couple of possessions down. He scores twice. Then he hits J.I. on a baseline cut for a basket. So it's their ability to make the right play at the right time for each other.
How's Jalen? We saw he took that shot to the head.
Yeah, he took a shot to the head from Wendell, but he's okay. He was able to come back. But that group was doing such a great job together. That you got to keep with that flow of the game.
Can you speak of the defensive effort just overall and how they were able to keep the Cavs from really establishing any type of momentum without their best player on the court?
Well, I think our guys did a very good job of communicating. The emphasis was, getting them off the three-point line. They made 10 tonight. But again, I think they were difficult and contested. And that was, the point of emphasis. Protect the paint first and get out to those three-point shooters. I thought our guys did an excellent job of chasing over screens, communicating with one another where guys were coming off and covering for one another. And that's got to be the staple of our defense.
And with Moe, it seemed like he had a little bit extra amped energy coming the first game after All-Star
Mm-hmm.
break. Is that something that you obviously want to see him bring every night as far as just kind of being able to take it to his opponents throughout the night?
I think what we've asked him to do is, continue to play the right way. He brings a level of energy to this group, however that looks, whether it's setting hard screens, whether it's offensive rebounds. He brings an energy and intensity to us, and he's done a great job of doing it at the right time for what this group needs.
Jamal, how much of a luxury is it to be able to bring Cole Anthony off the bench, given his history in this league?
It's such a luxury, and for him to be willing to accept what it is he's able to do. And that you saw that he runs those points off because his teammates trust him. And he's learning and continues to grow and making the right play. And I think that's what you've seen out of him. And defensively is what I'm most proud of in that second half, where he was able to chase over. He was physical without fouling, making the right plays. And then he does a heck of a job rebounding the basketball as well.
You guys now split the season series with the Cavs. Hard to gauge because there's so many lineup
Mm-hmm.
iterations and everything.
Mm-hmm.
But how do you feel if it were to be maybe a playoff round matchup? How do you feel you would match up against them stylistically?
We'll find out if that happens.
Thanks, Coach Mose.
Thank you, guys. Appreciate it.
Cole, your group talked about wanting to set the tone coming out of the All-Star break for the remaining 27 games. How do you feel you guys did in that regard tonight?
That's a really good team. I mean, regardless, Donovan Mitchell, no Donovan Mitchell, they got some very capable players on their team, and they've been probably the hottest team in the East right now, if not the NBA. They've been winning a lot of games. So, for us to come on the road, first game back from All-Star break and get a dub here, that's big time. And that says a lot about our team, about how mentally prepared we were coming into this game, and just how locked in we were.
Your bench unit has been big all season, had another big performance tonight. What do you feel it is about your second unit that allows you guys to have games like this?
I mean, it helps. We got some talented dudes on this bench like Moe Wagner, Joseph Ingles, AB came in who was huge this game, and who am I forgetting? Anyone else come in? I don't know, but how can I forget the minister of defense? Shoot, but J.I. man, and then, we got several talented dudes, and we've practiced a lot with each other this year. We've all talked, and we believe that we can be the best second unit in the NBA, And, it's been a lot of ups and downs this season, but, I still don't think we started to play our best basketball in that second unit yet. And so I look forward to just seeing us continue to get better.
They have some physical bigs on their end. Moe Wagner was extremely physical tonight. How do you feel he matched their level of physicality?
Yeah. Don't let his build fool you, man. He's Mo's strong. He's a force, and he matched their intensity tonight. And honestly, I say when he got into the game, he threw the first punch. He was shoulders, elbows, just initiating contact, and that set the tone for our second unit with him and the way he just how physical he was.
How do you personally feel you're playing right now? Are you coming out of this All-Star break with a renewed sense?
Oh man, I've feeling like doo-doo for a while. A good while. That was a nice little breakthrough tonight. And just for me, I just want to try to build off of this. But yeah, man, I probably played some of the worst basketball since like my rookie year or something. But it's all good. It's in the past, and we got a lot of games left, and I'm looking forward to helping this team win some games.
Thanks, Cole.
Well, your group talks a lot about setting the tone for the remaining 27 coming out of the All-Star break. How do you feel you guys did in that regard tonight?
Yeah, obviously it's a mentality somewhat. The real teams start playing now, and I think as a young team that hasn't really been there yet, we need to embrace that and understand that the teams that want to go somewhere, this is the time they improve the most. And I think it's a mentality that we got to bring in every day. It's easy to say now because we won, but we got to bring that every day, and that's part of winning in this league.
Your bench unit had a strong performance tonight. It's not an isolated incident. You guys played good games throughout the season. What do you feel it is about your second unit that allows you to have performances like tonight?
Yeah, obviously there's a good chemistry. We really play off of each other. I think we do a good job playing for each other. There's not really a lot of agenda individually going on, and it kind of clicks together. Everybody knows their job and stays within themselves. And again, sometimes it's always difficult to talk after wins because everything looks good and sounds good, but sometimes it clicks, sometimes it's not that great. But I think what we've done a good job with that unit is stay consistent and do our job. And even if they take stuff away, I think it takes the opposite team a lot of discipline and energy to take away what we do well. So just that consistent approach, I think, is something that we've embraced.
They have some physical bigs on their end, but you matched their physicality tonight and took it to them at times. What was your mindset going into this matchup in that regard?
I just try to play hard. When in doubt, go through the wall, Sometimes it's easy as that. Yeah, I work on that. I want to get better at that, and I hope I impact winning that way, get to the free throw line and play hard, and the rest hopefully takes care of itself.
Cole was able to get himself going offensively when he's in a rhythm. How much does that help your second unit?
Man, he's cold, man. He's a hooper, and I always tell him we need him because, especially in the playoffs, when you watch, people don't do complicated stuff. They just want to pick a roll, get the matchup, and then you need a bucket getter. So even if you have a bad couple games or a bad half, you can't put your head down because we need him. That's a guy that can get you a bucket when nobody else can, and he's such a good kid. He works so hard that I'm happy for him that he had a game like that. And again, he deserves it, and we really need him.
You guys split the season series with the Cavs.
Yeah.
Lineups were different throughout each game, but how do you like that matchup and just kind of going up against Allen and Mobley?
Nah. I'm day by day. I'm not thinking about no matchup, honestly. I'm trying to play my game as a team, try to put the stamp on the game that play our way, regardless of what they do, and figure out ways to score and to hold them to the least amount of points possible. But I'm not really going into that game thinking about my matchup.
Were you surprised you got the technical foul while you were standing behind the stanchion?
I have no comment on that. I mean, listen, it's a hard job for those referees out there. You know, we are super emotional. It's a super competitive environment. People say stuff in emotional situations that aren't meant that way, and to distinguish what is real, what isn't, I mean, I would struggle with that as well. So I'm not jealous of their job, and mistakes happen. We screw up the whole game, so I'm not mad at anyone there.
How much does your emotion fuel the team in a game like this?
Well, I appreciate you saying that. It's difficult sometimes. You know, I've been working on kind of channeling that in a productive way. It's kind of been my biggest challenge these past 3 years in Orlando. I have people that hold me accountable, which I'm very grateful for that. But that is who I am, and I can't just put that back. So I am very efficient when I'm myself. But at the same time, I got to figure out a way to keep that productive and stay within myself. And, don't let it take away from the team. And yeah, it's not always easy.
Thanks, Mo.
I appreciate you.